Hmm. Have you ever found yourself in a position where you don't know how to express yourself? Now, that doesn't mean that you're lacking emotional intelligence, but when everything around you is changing consistently, you really start to question, who are you? And what things have influenced the way you are, the way you behave, the way you think, your view on life, and how you want to live it? Recently, I have been stuck. I have been confused. Not because I'm in a depressive state, but more because I'm growing in some way. They've mentioned how when you grow, you shed your old skin, and I couldn't agree more, but it also affects my art. The way I express myself is deeply connected to who I am and how I'm feeling. If I don't feel like I know who I am or what I'm doing, then I don't really want to edit. I don't want to show the world this version of imperfection. I don't want to show it my flaws. And I think I've gotten to a point where I don't care about it anymore. This is the first time I feel like I'm being sincere and honest with how I'm feeling. Coming from a place of vulnerability, from a place where I no longer care about the expectations that are put on me, and if I don't meet them, I no longer care what people think about me. If that's the leap I have to take to authenticity, so be it. And especially now with social media always expressing how you need to make yourself marketable, you need to find your niche, you need to be consistent with everything. Consistency is key. And I'm not saying that I disagree, but when my art is attached to me and the person that I am, consistency isn't really part of the factor. Then why did I think that not expressing the way I currently feel, even though it's not a very romanticizable, you can say, feeling, I shouldn't express it? They say separate the art from the artist, but that's just been quite impossible for me. Crazy to go against the current, but it's better than to lose myself within the river. Now, I can't really blame it all on this capitalistic ideology of pouring out content fast and quick, and that's the only way you could be considered successful. And it's definitely influenced me in many ways. I start remembering back when I was younger and when I first started video editing, teaching myself how to use an editing app, recording videos with that Samsung S3 or something. Not the best quality, not the best footage, not the best editor, and yet I was still able to have fun with it. I would watch my own video 20 times just because I used a new transition and I wanted to see how it looked and if I used it right. That little eager kid within me that wanted to learn and just explore and just experience life kind of died when I started seeing everything as some type of grade. Which it kind of brings me to this book, this children's book, which some of you may know, that it's basically a chameleon that goes into a zoo and sees all the animals and its beautiful attributes and slowly starts wanting and developing these attributes that the chameleon considers beautiful to a point where the chameleon just completely loses its identity. And when the chameleon wants to eat, meaning something necessary, it no longer can't because of how lost it's gone from its identity. Then again, this is just a children's book. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but that's just the kind of person that I am. I'm the kind of person that likes to take things to a deep personal level. Some may say that it's a disadvantage, and I agree, but that's what makes my art my art. Anything that I put out, I want to make sure that it's something I'm proud of. And I don't want to put a value to it, a value that society has deemed worthy. When in reality, the whole reason I even started this was because I value it. I see it worthy. I have to just let it be. Okay then. If we want to fully incorporate this new mindset, this new ideology, might as well start now. Right? And that's exactly what I did here in this trip to Torino, a city in Italy where I allowed my creative side to play around, to record anything and everything. No expectations, no validations, except for my own. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, and to each their own. Art doesn't shape to the consumer. Instead, the consumer shapes what they define as art. I honestly don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I guess society's judgment really did have me at a chokehold. But that was then, and this is now. Of course it will feel uncomfortable. It's new. But the comfort of things staying the same doesn't compare to the pain of things changing. And throughout this trip, I learned that not everyone is gonna understand your vision. Not everyone is gonna want to understand it. But that's fine. Because as long as you give it power, then your vision, your reality becomes. At some point in life, I will no longer be here, or I will no longer remember who I was. I kind of want to do science. Really? It's a sad but a truth reality, and me documenting these memories, these moments, the places I visited, the people I've met, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I prefer to live my life this way. Everybody has their dawn. Everybody has their it factor. If you keep focusing on everybody else's plate, you'll never get a chance to eat. Life isn't perfect, but neither of us are. We make mistakes. We grow. That's life. It's just me and my camera, recording our own autobiography.